What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, welterweight, title contender, British superstar boxer, CONOR BENN. 19 wins, no losses, no draws. 12 big wins by way of knockout. 24 years of age, stands at 5'5" with a 70-inch arm reach. He just took on journeyman, gatekeeper, ADRIAN Granados, and he dominated ADRIAN Granados. This was a fight that was rescheduled due to the fact that CONOR BENN, he had to be pulled out of the fight because he tested positive. So with that said, for the C19, and he was pulled from the fight. So CONOR BENN, he dominates ADRIAN Granados. ADRIAN Granados, 21 wins, 9 losses, 3 draws, 15 wins by way of knockout. He himself was knocked out, 32 years of age, 5'9" with a 74-inch arm reach, okay? He previously lost to Robert Easter Jr. He lost to Danny Garcia. That's the only knockout in his career. He lost to Sean Porter, and he lost to ADRIAN Broner, okay? With that said, 3 draws. He's a journeyman, rough, rugged fighter. This was a huge step up. CONOR BENN is only 24 years of age, okay? This was his 19th fight, okay? And he got a 19th victory, undefeated. But with that said, he dominated the performance tonight. Dominating performance. I was highly impressed by CONOR BENN tonight, okay? With that said, everybody's looking to the future. And CONOR BENN, he wants to face off against 4-division world champion, superstar boxer ADRIAN "The Problem" Broner, or a possible showdown with former foe of ADRIAN Granados and Danny Swift Garcia, okay? So Danny Garcia, I believe, will be a great test, a perfect fight for CONOR BENN, okay? I believe that, ADRIAN Broner, 4-division world champion, superstar boxer, I think that would be a great test for him. ADRIAN Broner is a superstar. ADRIAN Broner, 34 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 24 big wins by way of knockout, 32 years of age, stands at 5'6" with a 69-inch arm reach, okay? And with that said, ADRIAN Broner, he's been relatively inactive since his loss to 8-division world champion, iconic Filipino superstar boxer Manny "Pac-Man" Pacquiao back in January of 2019. He fought once since that time. He fought against Giovanni Santiago. He got a unanimous decision, but it wasn't the most impressive outing in ADRIAN Broner's career. ADRIAN Broner is a superstar. If CONOR BENN can fight ADRIAN Broner and get a victory over ADRIAN Broner, that's an announcement to the boxing world that he has arrived, okay? Because ADRIAN Broner, he loses his fights due to inactivity, okay? Then another perfect fight, in my opinion, for CONOR BENN, if he can't land the ADRIAN Broner fight, would be Danny Garcia, 2-division world champion, former junior welterweight unified world champion, former WBC welterweight world champion. It's 36 wins, 3 losses, no draws, 21 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. He was last seen in the ring December of last year when he took on and lost to now undefeated unified WBC IBF welterweight world champion superstar boxer Adrian Errol the Truth Spence Jr., who is widely considered by many to be top 3 best pound-for-pound fighters. He lost a unanimous decision to Errol Spence Jr. So Danny Garcia obviously is going to be looking to get back in the mix in a big fight. Now there's reports that Danny Garcia could possibly move up to 154 pounds junior middleweight division. I just think that's just too big, too much for Danny Garcia. I think those guys are too big for his style. He's flat-footed. He's power on both hands. He's a counter-puncher. But they're just too big for Danny Garcia, I believe, at 154. So with that said, I think this would be a perfect fight for Danny Garcia to fight CONOR BENN. He could fight CONOR BENN in the UK. CONOR Benn's style, tonight ADRIAN Granados was having success counterpunching CONOR BENN, okay? He doesn't have near the speed, the athletic ability, or the power of Danny Garcia. Now, Danny Garcia is very flat-footed. He's not the most athletic guy, but he's more athletic and more explosive than ADRIAN Granados. And Danny Garcia, he's the one guy who brutally knocked out ADRIAN Granados, okay? Not Sean Porter, not ADRIAN Broner, not none of these other guys he faced off, not even CONOR BENN tonight, okay? So I think this would be the perfect test for CONOR BENN, Danny Garcia. Because I don't know, ADRIAN Broner is the perfect fight as well as far as star power go and status goes. But is Adrian Broner willing to take this fight with Conor Benn? Okay, is Adrian Broner going to do going to take it's money? It's going to come down to money. Let's just be real, okay? Adrian Broner is a superstar in the sport of boxing, one of the biggest draws. Although Adrian Broner has losses in his career, he always leaves you with something to desire because Adrian Broner, he just doesn't let his hands go. And due to the fact that he just don't let his hands go, more people are calling for fights because you believe that if he just let his hands go, he can win these fights. So a lot of people believe in Adrian Broner. They believe that Adrian Broner could, have success. They believe that Adrian Broner can win these fights, okay? And so people are going to believe that Adrian Broner can win this fight against Conor Benn, as he can. He has the athletic ability. He's still young. He still has power. He still has quickness. Inactivity, okay? Inactivity outside the ring and inactivity in the ring could see Adrian Broner lose this fight because Conor Benn is aggressive, okay? He's going to come forward. He has power. He's very confident. He's athletic and he's young, okay? And so his activity may see him just be victorious over Adrian Broner. But Adrian Broner has everything it takes to beat Conor Benn, okay? So that's what makes it so interesting. But how many people actually believe that Adrian Broner is actually going to let his hands go to be victorious in the fight? That's what it all boils down to. Is Adrian Broner going to let his hands go to be victorious in the fight? That's where the intrigue comes in. When it comes to Danny Garcia, though, Danny Garcia is going to let his hands go, and Conor Benn, he leaves himself open. He leaves himself open to get counted. Okay, at times he could be a little sloppy. He could fall in, and now we're going to see if he can deal with Danny Garcia's power. So I think the fight with Danny Garcia for Conor Benn is more realistic than a fight with Adrian Broner. Now, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom CEO and promoter of Conor Benn, he stated that he engaged in conversations with Adrian Broner's team and that they're looking to stage a fight between Adrian Broner and Conor Benn in December. Okay, like I said, Danny Garcia will be available in December. I think that's the perfect fight for Conor Benn because Danny Garcia, his style is suited for Conor Benn, but also Conor Benn's style is suited for Danny Garcia, and Danny Garcia still would be considered more competitive than Adrian Broner because Adrian Broner in activity just don't let his hands go. The fight with Adrian Broner and Adrian Granados should have been a much bigger victory for Adrian Broner than it was. Adrian Broner, he had a draw with Jesse Vargas. That shouldn't have happened. Adrian Broner has a lot of fights where he leaves a lot to be desired. So with that said, everybody wants to see, Conor Benn step up. He's one of the young, I believe, the young 3 or 4. Okay, I believe Jerron Boots Ennis. I believe who's undefeated. I believe he leads the pack of the young fighters. Then you have Virgil Ortiz Jr., Mexican superstar boxer. Then you have Speedy Rashidi Ellis as well, and Conor Benn as far as this welterweight division goes. Okay, and so that would be me personally out of all 4 guys because Danny Garcia, he already let it be known because he's a Philadelphia fighter. He let it be known that he has no interest in fighting Jerron Boots Ennis. And is he going to fight Virgil Ortiz Jr.? I doubt that. Okay, so Conor Benn, I believe that they could pay Danny Garcia the money he's looking for, and Danny Garcia's style is suited to go to the UK if the fight needs to be in the UK. I think that this would be a perfect opportunity for Danny Garcia to go to the UK, make a name for himself, and see how Conor Benn passes that test, if he can pass Danny Garcia test, okay? Or this is a way for Danny Garcia to still let the boxing world know he's still relevant. Adrian Broner, his style is not suited to go to the UK because he don't let his hands go, okay? And even if he's winning a fight, and Conor Benn is not landing punches, but Adrian Broner is landing punches but not that active, he's going to lose the fight. So Adrian Broner, there's a lot to be desired there. If he's on his game and he's motivated and he lets his hands go, it could be a great fight. But if you get Adrian Broner that's not motivated, just looking to essentially come in there and be defensive and, not let his hands go and be very cautious, well, it's not going to be that exciting of a fight. And it's going to be, just okay. I like the Danny Garcia fight for Conor Benn much better. Okay. But again, either one of those guys would be a huge step up for these 4 guys. It would be the biggest step up out of Rashidi Ellis, Jerron Boots Ennis, Virgil Ortiz Jr., and CONOR BENN. So this is a statement that he has an opportunity to make a statement with, and I believe the Zone and Eddie Hearn will find a way to get the money to do so. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out. Make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.